What keeps you awake at night? The killers, the secrets, the moments horror fans can't forget. If you live for the scream, you belong at the Scream at Night podcast, your midnight home for everything horror. From Scream 96 to Scream 7 theories, Halloween, Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Saw, and the classics that built the genre. The Scream at Night podcast covers horror's past, present, and future. Hosted by Night of the Night Watch Zone, each episode of the Scream at Night podcast delivers sharp debates, franchise breakdowns, character studies, and a fearless look into the darkest corners of horror. Listen now on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, Pandora, and wherever you get your podcast. Add the Scream at Night podcast to your podcast playlist right now, where horror never sleeps.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Killian, Coriander, here we go, talking about Halloween H20. Halloween 20 years later from 1998. All right. So last week, and you guys can chime in, if you want. Last week we were in dark territory, and and the question is, have we escaped dark territory? So we're gonna find out. Real quick in the chat, just see who we have here with us. We've got Kyle saying, "This is still the worst Halloween film I have seen. I haven't seen Resurrection or Zombies Halloween 2 though." All right, we're starting
worse. Come on.
We're starting off here. There you go. Kyle saying, "I think Halloween 2018 does a much better job with Laurie and making her return to the franchise feel necessary." That's a good point, and we can't wait until we get into 2018. Toronto Freddy's in the chat. What's up, man? Saying, "I think Halloween 2018 is ridiculously overrated." All right, and as we talked about last week, the Halloween franchise fans can be the most divided fans of any horror franchise out there. Makes it fun though. Steve is in the chat saying, "Hey guys, Steven from the Movie Brothers here. What's going on, man?"
Hello.
Hey.
And we got Arthur. Arthur is in the chat.
Hey,
the general. The general is back. What's going on, man? How you doing? Let's see. Steven is saying, "For the record, H20 is a great movie." Now,
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
Well, hold on.
I'm so happy about this.
Well, hold on. No, okay. We're going to get
Great is a strong word.
Okay, but I want to also, Steven, remind me, as we get further into this, I want to go back to this comment from Steven, because there's another franchise that he's worked on a lot on his channel that he is a huge fan of. So I want to try to see if we can build some bridges there. DMC's in the chat saying, "Hey, Night, Killian, and Coriander, I still like it as it wraps up the story nicely." It does. It really does. Yeah, it does. Nice. Okay, man. Look at this. Okay, so let's get some quick takes. Okay, we'll start with you, Kill, and then Coriander. Just give me a quick take before we go into our intro and start this thing proper.
This movie, you were just saying, we were in dark territory, and I would say this movie is guiding us out of dark territory, but we still kind of got to use a flashlight just a little bit. Okay. But one thing it does do, the smartest thing it did was it brought Jamie Lee back.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So right there, you're winning. You're winning already. So
right. All right. How about you, Coriander?
Plus, to make that winning statement a little bit, even better, you've got LL Cool J in it. I mean, come on, it can't get any better. Jamie Lee, LL. God.
We're actually giving you the look. For people that are gonna, for people that listen to us, like sometimes my man Ben, he'll listen to us from work, and for people that check out us on Spotify, which by the way, we are on Spotify, you couldn't see it, but me and Killian at the same time, we were giving the look to Coriander.
We must be brothers.
Stop it.
Yes, we are. Okay, guys. For you guys in the chat, for you guys watching the replay, we're going to finish getting set up. Sit back, relax. All right. That was a good
Nice.
scene though with Josh Hartnett. With Coriander, did you like that Scream music? That was.
Oh, stop.
I'm just
Oh my
saying.
God.
Okay.
Throughout this whole
All right.
movie, guys, I
Okay.
heard this. Like, throughout the whole
Okay.
movie.
Slasher Fred's in the chat. My man Slasher Fred saying many of the original titles of the movie were The Revenge of Laurie Strode. Yes, indeed. Arthur saying Mama said knock you out. Right?
Nice.
Eric's in the chat
right.
saying great first act, really slow second act, great final act. Doesn't deserve the hate it seems to get. Okay, I agree with some of what you said there. Right?
Yeah.
The Strange Monkey's in the chat, which, by the way, shout out to Strange Monkey and his series Horror Freaks. We were very lucky enough to be a part of it, and the season finale just happened. It was a great episode. Thanks a lot, man. We appreciate being a part of it. You did a great job on that. Saying the franchise should have ended here. They could have remade it 50 times, and I would have been happy. Okay. Toronto Freddy saying, unfortunately, this movie is extremely tainted by Resurrection. The ending is jaw-dropping and ballsy, which Resurrection gives one of the most nonsensical explanations for Michael's survival. Isn't that the truth? Holy crap, man. RMJ is in the chat. What's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Saying, I'd say better sequel than 5 or 6, but overall disappointing on many levels from the lack of Carpenter-type atmosphere, the Scream-style score, bland cinematography, and an unthreatening Michael Myers. Yeah, it is. All right, let's start this thing off, Kill. Wait, let me just say this. Let me let the cat out of the bag, okay? And
Oh no.
I'm gonna start off with this thing, man. Look, there is no doubt about it that this movie screams Scream, okay? Just stylistically, so many different things about it. Now, as you guys, anyone that's watched this channel knows, we all really enjoy Scream. I think it was very high on all 3 of our lists for the top horror movies of that decade. But I think that's where some of my issues come into play just a little bit. So Kill, let's start this thing off. The movie starts off and we see Nurse Marion from Halloween and Halloween 2, which was really, really cool, played by Nancy Stevens, of course. What were you thinking of the beginning?
Well, okay, we're back in Illinois. I mean, we're not in Haddonfield or whatever, but
Right.
I thought, for them to kind of go full circle, it was nice to have that character.
Mm-hmm.
And we're following her and who's that Knight?
Who's
that?
Is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Yes, it is. Young Joseph.
Young Joseph. He hasn't invaded people's dreams yet. With his band of dream thieves. But no, I liked it because when I think of Halloween, I think of the suburbs. I think of the little rural towns. I think of the Shape, stalking someone in their home. In the shadows, and that's what I got. And one last thing I would just want to say real quick before I let you guys continue. Even the poster for this is dripping Scream. The poster looks like the Scream posters, just the style of the all the players on there. I like Halloween posters where you just see Michael.
What does that say underneath of Halloween H20? What does that say? From the creator of Scream.
The creator of Scream.
There you go.
Obviously.
All right. So Coriander, what were you now? No, but all seriousness, like Eric alluded to, I think this first act was great. I love seeing Nurse Marion, and Loomis still looms in this movie, and I appreciated that too. What were you thinking of how this scene played out, Coriander?
I thought it was great. I mean, Marion, she almost made it, and it was kind of nice that she kind of was able to fight back, and she just didn't get stabbed and stuck to the wall or something. She actually put up a fight. So I thought that was cool.
Good point. And so obviously what we have here is Michael is burglarizing Dr. Loomis's retirement home, which is where Nurse Marion is taking care of him, and he had passed away, at some time before the story of this movie started. I believe this day is October 29th of 1998. So Michael Michael finds Loomis's house and goes there. I mean, this isn't Haddonfield. As far as geography, I don't know how far away it is from Haddonfield, but Michael likes to travel, man. He likes to travel. So it is what it is, but it was a great scene. But look at your boy Joseph. I mean, Michael is killing kids. This thing started off awesome, as far as just, the carnage and everything. And I think Eric was alluding to it. That first act I thought was phenomenal and it felt great. And of course, unfortunately, Nurse Marion does not survive, but she did give a great fight. And I really appreciated that. So I'm going to be honest with you. And I hadn't seen H2O in quite a few years until we're watching it for this. And I did remember this first act and I did remember really loving it. But to me, then things started to kind of dip and come back up and dip. Obviously, having Jamie Lee come back was phenomenal. So, Kill, I'll get to you in a second about when Jamie Lee comes back into the story here. Toronto Freddy saying all the horror posters from back then mirrored Scream. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
They really did.
That is true. That is true.
Thank you for pointing that out,
they did.
too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What does that mean, Coriander? Come on.
I think damn it.
You just giving it a pass, like, oh, let's just all do Scream. No, it is what it is, man. Toronto Freddy saying, I'll take LL over Busta any day.
Right? Come on.
That is accurate. Yes.
Yeah. DMC saying, good pun, Knight. Yes, Loomis is looming large. Fred was saying, I read that originally the plot supposed to involve Sam Loomis's daughter. I heard something like that too, and we do have some fun facts for you guys, so that you can hear some of the behind the scenes stuff. The first mask we see is actually the one from Curse. Yeah, man, the mask, I'm telling you, they're still messing around with this goddamn mask, and good lord. Scream to a sledgehammer to the box office with a record. So every horror movie, even Halloween, wanted to try and emulate it in every way. It's very true. It's very true. All right, so Kill, once we kind of come back to reality and we're with Jamie Lee Curtis, she's in California under an assumed name, Carrie Tate, and we get introduced to her and Josh Hartnett as her son. What were you thinking of the story as it started with these guys?
Well, for one, I love Jamie Lee, so just seeing her back in the Halloween franchise was just great. And the way that she's portraying this version of Laurie Strode is very different from the 2018 version. There are some parallels, but it feels like this version, in my opinion, turned more her PTSD more inward into drinking and just kind of maybe over sheltering her son. Whereas the one in 2018, she just kind of, she said, look, I'm gonna handle this, I'm gonna be ready. She got more tactical.
Right.
But it was very interesting to see, because Jamie Lee, she's a great actress, and to see her fragile, see her angry, see her scared, see her be a mom, see her also be the head mistress at this school and so forth. And it was interesting, and some people, and I myself included, this part does lull a little bit, but I didn't really mind it too much because we haven't seen Laurie Strode in 20 years in this franchise. So we kind of need to know, okay, what has she been doing? She faked her death. She's under an assumed, different name. And, she kind of has a relationship with another professor here. And she has Josh Hartnett as a 17-year-old son. So, I'm wondering who's the dad? What you been doing, Laurie? So I didn't really mind it, but I do understand, we're here for gore, we're here for Michael, we're here for horror, but they're taking the time, a la kind of Scream and that formula, to build the story.
Yeah. How about you, Coriander? What were you thinking of, especially as we meet her son and also some of the other the main cast in there, Michelle Williams and Jodie Lynn O'Keefe and those guys? What were you thinking?
I've been a fan of Josh Hartnett since this movie. So I enjoyed the cast. I
Yeah.
really can't complain too much about any of them, really. They were a group of friends that, got to stay back as a bunch of them got to go on a camping trip. And
Right.
yeah, I enjoyed them. So
Yeah, I think it was a good cast too, and obviously, a lot of these guys went on to do a lot of great things. Especially, and I just want to say, the MVP to me was Josh Hartnett. I mean, I bought into him as the son. I liked his charisma and everything. Him and Jamie Lee had some great scenes together, especially that scene when he sneaks out and he's hanging out in town and she finds him, and first thing she says is, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she's going off, and it was great to see Laurie Strode as a mother.
That's a mom.
Now. Yes, absolutely, and it was very
that
believable.
Felt real.
And then, but he also came back at her and said, you can't let all of your PTSD leak out all over me. I can't take it anymore. So both of these guys, it was some great moments for the characters. I really did appreciate that. Kill, before I get back to you, just to catch up with these guys, RMJ was saying, why didn't Carpenter come back? Well, he was going to be a part of it. And from what I understand, what he wanted was a certain fee and a picture deal, and the Weinsteins didn't approve it, and he felt like he was owed that because of the revenue he never saw from the original Halloween. So him and Mustafa Akkad, even after 20 years, they still were butting heads and stuff. So Carpenter just said, well, you guys can just have at it, which it's too bad. It's just too bad. But I see where he's coming from, and at the end of the day, movies are business. So what are you gonna do? Let's see. Freddie was saying, I really love the Ottman orchestral theme. Yeah, it had some good moments. It really did. Although he was very unhappy with that scene that we played in the intro, when they kind of just used some of the stock music from Scream and Mimic, I think it was too. So it is what it is. Eric saying, it's great to catch up with Laurie. That's true. The problem is her son's friends are just obnoxious. Ooh, really, Eric? Okay. All right. Which friends are you talking about? Are you talking about Michelle Williams and Jodie Lynn O'Keefe, or I forgot the other guy's name, Chris, is it Mashawn? But yeah, let us know, Eric. We got Phil. Phil's in the chat saying, hey there, H2O fans. It's your buddy Phil here. What's going on, Phil?
Hey.
Strange Monkey saying that skate kill is up there with the shotgun kill from Halloween 4 as far as creativity goes. Yeah, it started off with a bang. You're killing Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, it's starting off with a bang. DMC saying, I like the more realistic angle of Laurie, seeing the psychological damage done to her and on those close to her, such as the son. Most people would be falling to bits going through what she went through. True. Freddie saying Carpenter did come back 20 years later. You're right. So, Kill, what do you think at this point? We're getting all the things set up. We get to that scene, which was crazy, where Michael, he stole a car, he had the flat tire, and he was just waiting at the rest stop to take another vehicle. And we see the mother and her daughter in the bathroom scene. I thought that was a pretty good scene too. What'd you think about that one?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a creepy scene because we've all been in that predicament. Mm-hmm. where you're using a public restroom, you're in your stall, mm-hmm. and you're listening like to weird stuff around you. You can't see anything. You might see the bottom of someone's shoes or something. Right. And to make matters worse, you have a mother and her daughter, and they tried to go into the woman's restroom, and it was locked, and so we get a scene like that again in the 2018 one. And it goes a lot worse for that one. But luckily, this mom and this daughter, hey, you lost your car.
Right. And by the way, man,
count yourself lucky. I'm
right?
Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, she'll never know how close she was to the edge of the cliff. You know what I'm saying?
No.
She has no clue. Well, she did see a glimpse of him, but she doesn't know, man. But can I just ask a question? Why is she driving a car that looks like that? I mean, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
some people like vintage, man. Come on,
man. That's beyond vintage. That's like That's like the friggin' vehicle from Jeepers Creepers, man. So at the college, they're all getting ready for this camping trip, and like you were saying, Coriander, we're catching up with these guys. They have a little friendship. These four, basically two couples and all of that type of stuff. The game plan is that they're going to stay behind and just hang out on campus, have a party and all that. Interestingly enough, you have that scene where Laurie actually gives the permission to her son, kind of letting go of the binds a little bit. But how do you think all this was going as far as the setup for what was going to happen, Coriander?
Hey, it sounded like a good time to me. But a group of friends hanging out, drinking, eating, celebrating Halloween. Sounds like a good time to me. And to boot, your mom thinks that you're gone, so you can stay with your girl all night, and not have to worry about getting back to your mom. So kudos there.
All right.
I second that.
Right? I did not expect her to go there. But also, let me just throw this out here too, man. Shout out, again, you got to give respect. And I'm glad. I will say this movie is very well made, and they knew how to hit certain notes. But shout out to the great Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta dance with who brought you to the party. And
right?
every time she was on screen, I just had a smile on my face, guys. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, if people don't know, which if they don't, they need to do some horror movie history lessons. But obviously, Janet Leigh, the star of Psycho and the mother of Jamie Lee Curtis, it was just so cool seeing them together. And I just I had a big smile. And then this scene right here, and Coriander was the first to say it as I started to, what? And you could hear the Psycho theme being played a little bit. And there's the car. I mean,
there's the car.
There was some nice moments. There really was, Real quick too in the chat before I get to you, Kill. Eric is saying, Michael drove all the way to California from Illinois. Did he eat? How did he get food at the 7-Eleven without talking? Or get gas? Laugh out loud. Who taught him how to read a road map? Right?
Can I say something to
Magic.
piggyback on that?
Oh.
Look, well, yes, magic. But no, I was thinking the same thing because we've seen in previous movies in this franchise that Michael does know how to drive, and he has pretty good taste in the cars that he's like me and Coriander. He likes muscle cars. All right, cool. Yeah. But you are driving damn near across country. Right. Are you driving with the mask on the whole time, or are you like, all right, let me take this off and then, oh wait, I'm close to Laurie. I mean, how are you? Because you gotta stop and get gas. He may not eat because he's the shape, but you damn sure need gas.
Yeah, you gotta. There's no way he did it without gas, right? Hey, this might be a worse moment than how Jason got from Crystal Lake to Manhattan, Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Because at least with that, you could make up some stuff. But there's no way he could not have gotten gas. There's no way if he had his mask on that people would not be like checking him out. And it's like, come on. If he was driving it, well, even at night. Anyways, you guys know what I'm saying. It's crazy stuff, man. Let's see. Eric was saying, I'll correct myself. Mainly Jody Lynn's boyfriend is obnoxious. Yes, he was. But you always got to have that type of character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Strange Monkey saying every critic said the same thing about the 90s horror movies with the cast on the poster after Scream. Hip, sexy, scary. Yeah, right? Freddie saying, did he steal that from the Creeper? That's what I was saying, man. Jeepers Creepers, man. I'm telling you. DMC saying the mom had fallen on hard times, and that is the only vehicle she could afford at a car lot, and that a company would finance her for. Saying, yes, a great link to Psycho. Very much so, man. Yes, absolutely. Freddie was saying that as I was typing, did she steal that from the Creeper? You said it at the same time, right? Great minds, man. Eric saying, if he can wear the mask in prison, I guess he can drive with it on. And he got to California in a day. Dude was speeding. How'd he talk himself out of that speeding ticket? Right. Steven saying, hey, Knight, I've got to head out, but I will watch the rest in the morning and comment more on the comments. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. Take it easy and stay safe, man. All right. So anyways, Kill, we got the whole, this is the other thing too. Like the whole school went on this trip, like every single person, like nobody else stayed behind, but whatever. So they're going to have a little party. And by the way, man, how many candles do you need to be hanging out? I counted like 50,000 candles.
Come on, he's setting the tone here.
He's setting 8 tones with this. No, I'm just messing with you. But what'd you think of this scene, Kill? As we know, Michael's almost at the school.
Well, first off, I'd just like to say I love the setting. You know, pretty much an abandoned private school. Okay. Mm-hmm. I love it. Hey, it worked for whatever, Child's Play 2 or Child's Play 3. You know, that was like like a private military school. But right. I love that setting because it is kind of a departure, you know, from the series. I mean, you know, gradually we've been departing. You know, okay, this one is in, you know, a mental institution for, you know, young youths, and now we're here at this one. So I really liked it, and I liked the small cast because you essentially have Jamie Lee and her, you know, boyfriend Professor, and then you have the kids for the most part, and then of course like LL. So it really makes it small, but yet the area is pretty big. And the one thing that just gets me is, look, people, especially you, LL, you're a security guard.
Oh,
now I know you're busy. You know, you're reading poetry to your girl, and then you're writing stuff. I get all that, but bruh, if a weird creeper car is parked outside of your gate, maybe don't even open it. Maybe just 911. Hey, police, and
look at this fucking car. Are you serious?
Come and tow this.
At
like
night?
No. LL, you know better, because all I know is this: we all know Michael is gonna get in one way or another.
Right. Yeah.
But don't just open the gates for him, man. Cause look at that man. He's like, thank you.
Right. Michael's like, give me a pound. All right, man.
I mean, come on, but like for me, this is when we're entering a new point in this movie. So let the killing begin. Let's do it.
Hopefully. Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But Coriander, what did you? Now I will say this scene had some pretty good tension because of course LL has to check the vehicle out. No one's there. He's looking around. He does kind of get, you know, suspicious and makes the call. So that was good. What did you think of that scene? How they crafted it, Coriander?
You know, after what Killian said, I mean, what can I say about that scene? You know, he fucked up. But
that's your boy.
I know, right? But hey, I thought, you know, at least he didn't get killed. You know,
well, of course
he was
not.
Nice enough to slip by and let him live. So, I'm happy for that. So there you go.
Oh, jeez, I'm happy.
I bet you are.
So, real quick, too, let me catch up in the chat too. Let's see. Strange Monkey saying Knight is right about the beyond vintage vehicle. Right. Yeah, man, exactly. I mean, anyways, yeah. But this is when it really starts to, you know, hopefully pick up a little bit. And obviously Michael's in and the kids have no idea. So it's really just a matter of time. Now, the first, when he gets Jodie Lynn O'Keefe's boyfriend, then okay, that was one thing. But one of the best, at least to me, and Kill, you can let me know what you think. One of the best scenes was that scene with the dumbwaiter, as far as just some gore and also just the tension. What did you think of that scene?
You know, when I saw the scene, it had shades of 5 with Daniel Harris.
Yes.
When she was
That's
in
true.
the vent.
Yes.
Man, like the thing I did not want to see actually happened, and it just gives me the shivers every time with the whole her leg getting broke by the weight of the dumbwaiter falling on her leg. And I, you know, because sometimes in the movies, Yeah, exactly. But sometimes in the movies, like they'll move their foot just at the last second. I'm like, please move your feet. You're cute. Come on, but it's like, bam, like, oh no.
Yeah,
and now you're just meat, just waiting to be cooked.
Pretty
because
much, man.
You can't do anything. And Michael's just like, oh, let me just walk my happy ass up there and just take her out.
Yeah.
I mean, look at her leg.
That was a great scene. Now I will say this, and then I'll throw it to you, Coriander, about this scene. The only thing is, I mean, granted, it is nice to have the smaller cast because you've got the four, and then you've got Jamie Lee and the counselor. But it just seemed like, I don't know, man. This was a great scene, but I just wanted to see a little bit more. I understand why that couldn't happen because they wanted her son to survive, and if he's going to survive, you might as well let Michelle Williams survive. The guidance counselor scene was pretty good, the kill. But anyways, but what'd you think of this scene with the dumbwaiter, Coriander?
I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, her leg was pretty much almost taken off, and you felt for her, I cringed a little, so it was great.
And like I said, Chris Durant, no, he's playing Michael in this one, not George Wilbur, but he's just chilling, ready to just kill. He's always walking, but then it picks up where, the scene that we were playing a little bit in the intro, where Michael is coming after, John and Michelle Williams. And that was a pretty good scene, man, because it was a little bit of back and forth. And I was like, oh, man, this is pretty cool. And they have that scene where they go into the gate, and when Michelle Williams drops the keys, I was like, holy shit, God. So that was some pretty good stuff, man. I really did appreciate that. And then of course, Kill, and I'll throw it to you. Now when he had that scene where he was sticking his knife, his arm through the gate and swiping at them, that reminded me of something similar. And I don't know if it reminded you of anything, Kill. What did it remind you of?
Terminator.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, I wouldn't think. Well, yeah, I guess there's a little bit of that, but it reminded me of that scene in Scream. Okay?
That too.
When Nev Campbell got in the room, shut the door, and Ghostface got his arm through there, and he's just swiping, with the knife. And I was just like, come on, guys, this is not Scream. This is Halloween. God damn it. And what'd you think of this scene, though, Gil? And that was a great shot with them facing each other.
Oh, yeah, it was. Well, one thing I just want to commend Josh Hartnett, sort of just like Coriander, this is where I kind of, discovered him. And his fear in this scene is palpable. Like, because he does this thing with, like, his face and his mouth, and he's like, come on, and he just really, it just felt really believable. Like, he's about to shit his pants. And I don't blame him, because all of us would react that way. This dude has a goddamn lightsaber knife here, big as hell, and he's
saying that to Coriander, it's like everyone's got the goddamn extra large kitchen knife. What's going on with this? There's a bunch of Gordon Ramsays out here,
But I love the tension of, they're fiddling with the keys just to get through the first gate, and now they're through that gate, and she drops the keys, and now they're knocking, like, help us. Once again, that shades to, Halloween 1, Halloween, so many times the final girl or the protagonist is knocking, like, let me in, help. And Mama to the rescue. And one thing else I'll say about Mama in this, and she is not the Laurie Strode of the 2018 one. Right. But when she picked up the phone a few scenes earlier, and it's like, oh wait, the phone's dead, and she had a bottle to her mouth. She's like, hold up, phone dead. Click. Like, wait, what? Even LL Cool J was like, hey, oh, sorry, hey, don't mess up. So still, shouts out to Laurie Strode. You still are hardcore.
You are.
But that scene where Michael's looking at her and he cocks his head a little bit.
Yeah,
man, that right there, in my opinion, is like one of the best like scenes or images from this movie, because this is fear incarnate. This is nightmare fuel for Laurie Strode.
Absolutely.
Everything that she has been saying, where no one believes her, not even her son, You know, I mean, and once again, I keep doing parallels to Terminator. You know, like that's Sarah Connor seeing another Terminator like coming at me, and she's like backing up, like what? You know,
Right.
So great scene, and just the little body language of Michael says it all. Like, oh, you're the one I'm here for. Like, hey, just be my victim, and we can finish this. You know, she's like, no.
How about you, Coriander? What did you think of that scene? How it played out with Josh Hartnett and Michelle Williams, and then obviously the face-off with Laurie and Michael.
Yeah, you know, of course she had to drop the keys. You know, because isn't that what they always fucking do? I mean, come on, bitch, get it right. But hey, at least, you know, Laurie saved the day in time and grabbed him. And I thought it was a good scene, and
it was.
I thought that John was, the look of terror on his face, like, holy shit, you know, my mother was right. You know what I mean?
Agree.
The realization was, it was great.
Yeah. No, it was a great scene, and one of the best scenes in the movie, and just the face-off was so iconic. But I do want to, take a sidetrack a little bit too for you guys. Let's talk about the fucking mask, okay? I just want to know, and then check out this still image. What is going on? Who
Alien
are you? It's like, how come we cannot get the mask right for these last couple installments? It's like, is this so hard?
But it's not the worst.
No, it's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst. But it's like, come on, guys. I think the one from Curse was better.
5
or at least
5 or 6. Oh no, 6.
6. Yeah, the one before this. I think that one was, or at least it's a tie.
Oh,
but I did kind of like the one from. No. What about you, Corey?
I don't know about that one.
Look at this guy. Look at his eyes, man. It's like, what's going on? Close those son of bitches, man. Come on.
Man, we need to take a poll or something, you know, because essentially 4, 5, 6, and this.
Yes.
And I honestly can't remember the Busta Rhymes one. We'll talk about that next week. But these masks, for some reason, and please guys in the audience, let us know 4, 5, 6, and H2O. Which mask do you think is the best? Because 4 and 5 just sucked. So for me personally, it is between 6 or H2O.
But I gotta admit though, the mask for 4, I think the eyes were better for the mask in 4. Like, I don't like seeing his eyes just like that. It's just me. I don't know. But it's like, God damn it. Let me get to these comments, man. And Eric saying, I hate seeing the skin around Michael's eyes through eye holes of the mask. I get it. It's a man in a Halloween mask. Just looks off, though. I agree, man. I really, really do. I mean, it didn't totally throw me off of the movie, but it's just something that I wanted to talk about a little bit. Toronto Freddy saying, hollow scream. Right? He's saying, one of my favorite laugh out loud parts was when Laurie opened the door and it was a closet and shouts, oh, fuck. Yes, I love that. Like, this movie did have a lot of great moments, and it was very well made. Directed by Steve Miner, who we all know, director of Friday 2 and 3. So he knew what he was doing, so it's a very well-made movie. We got my man Collector Man, Tristan's in the chat, saying, I saw this at the drive-in, excellent time. I love Jamie Lee Curtis in this, the teen cast, not so much. Some good kills and great suspense. The best thing is probably the ending, too many masks, right? Yeah, it's like, can't we just keep a mask? We all know who William Shatner is, right? Freddie saying that CGI mask is number 1.
Oh boy.
Eric saying they even used the CGI mask, CGI on the mask in one scene. Can't remember which one it was at the moment. It was that one looking through the window, I think. Toronto Freddy saying Curse is the best. I think so too, man. Curse it was the closest to look like, 1 and 2, Collector Man saying out of all those masks, part 6 has the best. I agree, man. I agree. Eric's saying the only thing to remember about the mask in Resurrection, Killian, was that it had streamlined eyebrows. That's right. You're right.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yep.
right.
Those memories are coming back. Slasher Fred saying Steve Miner also directed the horror movie Warlock. Yes, you're right.
I like Warlock. Shout out to Warlock, man.
Right? But Kill. So
Yeah.
you basically have Michael. He's coming after them. Laurie is gearing up. This is the finale, or ode to the finale. What did you think of these scenes? And then we'll get to Coriander's thoughts.
I mean, I don't want to say anything is old hat because it's not. But Michael ultimately, he's going after Laurie. Laurie's doing everything under the sun to, save herself, save her kids, save all the kids. And of course, your boy gets aced. Your boy gets aced out here, which we knew you were gonna get aced out. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, for the most part. So we're sorry for that. But you're Laurie Strode. You can't have nice things.
Right.
You can't have peace because your brother or Michael, or is he related to you? Is he not?
In
whatever.
this one, yeah.
He doesn't want you to have nice things. He wants to kill you.
Right.
But I will say this. I truly wish they had done some sort of angle with Josh Hartnett's character, being that he is of the same bloodline.
Yeah.
What's up, because they've done it in the past with Jamie, with Danielle Harris's character and this and that. But with Josh Hartnett, they're just kind of like, well, it's Laurie Strode's son. He's Josh Hartnett. He's cool. So, but I will say this. As far as the ending is really good, but it was a little predictable. As far for me, just as far as who lived, and you kind of said it a little earlier, Knight. Josh Hartnett's gonna live, his girlfriend's gonna live, things like that. So it was just kind of, all right. I knew the first two that were gonna get aced out, the other couple, and things of that nature. And honestly, I my first time seeing this, I thought LL Cool J was a goner. I was just like, dude, you're gonna get eaten by a shark. It's done.
Yeah,
you're dead. Deep Blue Sea.
Yes.
His hat is like a shark's fin. But yeah, so it was a little predictable, just as far as the deaths. But the overall ending, I really loved it, and of course, the showdown between Laurie and Michael, of course.
Yeah. What about you, Coriander? What are you thinking of these scenes, especially when they finally played the Halloween music, when she locked the gate, had the axe? It's like, man, you guys waited for the whole movie to finally play this music? I mean, what's going on? What'd you think of these scenes?
I enjoyed watching her fighting. She was nothing like in 2018, but she gave a good fight. That stab that when she stabbed him with the knife, and it was pretty good. And can I say too, before her damn boyfriend got killed, how he was stupid enough and shot LL? It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, how many times did he how many bullets did he put into him? It's like, shit. Damn fool. But yeah, I didn't, the ending, I enjoyed it. I can't say too much of what I didn't like, because I enjoyed it. So, yeah.
Okay. Real quick too in the chat. Let's see. Eric is saying, loved Michael tossing those tables over, looking for Laurie. Yeah, that was a good scene. It was a really, like I said, the finale with those two was great. And obviously, the only thing though, I just want to say this, just like we know that the reason that Jason went on to kill hundreds of kids is over a damn chocolate bar. In this movie, Laurie was going to stab Michael to death, and she got stopped by a resurrected LL. It's like, thanks, LL. Now this thing is going to go on forever. So anyways.
But at least he's still alive, damn it.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? But Laurie knew that Michael wasn't dead, so I did like this part, because again, Jamie Lee Curtis just showing her smarts as a character. and that's why she's, one of the greatest final girls of all time. And you got Michael sitting up, and then she hits the brakes. He gets launched out of the van. She runs him over, and then of course, this is where we're coming to the ending. Okay, guys, let me just say something. And next week, we'll make this bridge a little bit more. But I thought it was such a gutsy move, the ending that they had. When I watched it the first time, I almost couldn't believe it. Because I was like, that's definitive. It's over. It's done.
Right?
It's done, right? Like at the end of part 4 in Friday, he was killed. He was killed. It was done, right? Same thing here. Kill. What'd you think of the very end?
Just like you, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was ballsy. I'm like, okay, you have just severed this man's head. There's no coming back from that. The head isn't going to grow spider legs and crawl, back around him and have somebody be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Michael is dead.
Right.
And Laurie finally has peace because, like you said, Laurie has a little bit of Loomis in her now.
Right.
Laurie is not here for the bullshit. And
Right.
she knows that thing in there, he's not dead. No. And plus, if we've learned anything from Scream, double tap and aim for the head.
That's
Because they're always gonna get up one last time.
That's
So, yeah. But
Absolutely.
like you said, the bridge from that act
Yeah.
to the next movie, like,
Yeah.
word, really?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing?
Right.
All right.
Coriander, what'd you think of this ending?
Hey, I see it as closure. She
Right.
chopped off his head, and
And they played the
hopefully
music.
she can, and hopefully she can move on with her life.
Yeah.
And you guys got to remember, I can't remember which fucking movie it was, but when he did the swaparoo with the Rune dude, right? And Michael got away.
Yeah, at the end of
So-
6.
Right. Okay. Right. So it's like, come on. Why isn't it believable that it didn't happen again? Right? As you guys,
I'm giving you the look.
Jesus.
I'm giving you the
Again,
look.
right? All right, I'm
Yeah.
leaving. Peace out, guys.
I'm just messing with you, man. No, I mean, hey, we've seen worse, so once next week, this is going to be fun because we're going to piggyback to some of this stuff too. But yeah, I mean, it could have been worse, but yeah, reasons.
Oh, stop.
Reasons. Okay.
Look. Next week, I'm so sorry, but I just gotta. What was the name of Busta Rhymes? Is it Murdertainment or something?
Whatever, yeah.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
we're gonna have so much fun
Right.
talking about that next week. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Let's see. In the chat, let's see. Tristan was saying, and then they had to make Resurrection. That's right. Yes, indeed. Rusty's in the chat saying, I'm late, but I love H2O. Since Resurrection doesn't exist in my world, H2O works fine for me as the end of this particular line. That's right.
Nice. Good for you.
Eric saying, as Rambo said, night, nothing is over. Nothing, especially the Halloween franchise, when money is to be made for the Akkads. Yes, that's right. And these guys said it's Dangertainment.
Thank you guys. Dangertainment.
There you go.
Welcome to Dangertainment, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, really? Really?
All right, let's go through some fun facts, man. These are a couple fun facts for you guys. So here we go. Hold on. Loomis is still the hype man.
Yeah, he is.
But for Loomis's dialogue during the opening credits, the studio had voiceover actor Tom Kane to imitate Donald Pleasance.
All right. He almost sounded like him. It was pretty close. I could tell.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was pretty
close.
close.
Yeah, he did okay. All right, guys, let's do another one. Here we go.
Original Scream Queen.
Janet Leigh's first role in a feature film for 18 years. Her previous film was The Fog.
Hey, The Fog. I love that movie. That's such a good one, man. It was good seeing
Right?
Janet Leigh, though. It really, really was.
Mhm.
Okay, our third one. PJ Souls.
She was approached for the role of Laurie Strode's secretary.
All right. All right. I gotta admit, I do like how they try to keep, the crew together, from the old
Right.
days. That is pretty cool to do. I do like that. All right, guys, we got a couple more here. Here we go.
Original title.
Was Halloween 7, The Revenge of Laurie Strode.
That would have been. I kind of like that,
Yeah.
That, none of
Kinda long.
well, it is. Well,
Yeah.
well, look at the Curse of Michael Myers, or the Revenge of Michael Myers. Right?
Yeah.
But all of these especially the big three, they never had a title like that. That would have been kind of cool. So, yeah. All right. Let's do another one here. Box office.
This is the third highest grossing film of the franchise.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. I think I did hear something like that before. All right, we got two more guys.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Said that seeing Michael Myers on set still scared her.
Yeah, it did.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it makes sense though. It freaked me out too, man. All right, we got one more. The ending.
Yeah, so Mustafa Akkad said that Michael Myers is a copycat killer in this film at the end of H20, where Michael trade places with the paramedic, and that is how Michael comes back for resurrection.
Yeah, let me just say something. Now, a lot of this also stemmed from Mustafa. There was a clause in the contract that's saying that no writer or director of the Halloween movies could kill Michael Myers. So this was kind of a way that they could sidestep it, because Jamie Lee Curtis wanted closure to the franchise, right? So when they found out, in other words, they knew what the twist was going to be, how to bring Michael back. And Jamie Lee Curtis said that she would only participate in this movie if there was no clue as to what it was going to be until resurrection was, until people saw resurrection. In other words, she wanted, when people watch this movie, she wanted them to think it's over, it's done. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny how some of the behind the scenes goes. Some of it is good decisions and some of it isn't. But yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But overall thoughts, Kill. I mean, this movie, we talk about the peaks and the valleys and the things that we appreciate and the things that we don't like. But let's just get into a couple of the things that we would just say are dislikes. What do you think?
Well, still every movie going through a different version of a mask. I don't know why we, did you guys throw the original mask away from the first one?
Right?
Do you not just still have that prop? Do you just say, all right, that's a wrap, guys. Oh, throw this piece of shit away. Let's go.
Right.
So that's a big dislike for me. Also, and this might be just a nitpick, I love the original score of the first movie, the second movie, and like you said, Knight, they play that score very sparsely. And I just feel like, you know, the as you said, the Scream orchestra music, you know, where they just kind of, hey, you got that number, yeah, let's just use that. I kind of felt the same way of like, I need to hear that original. I need to hear that Carpenter music. You know, for me, that's just my personal taste. So I wish they had more of the Carpenter, you know, original themes in there. As far as the characters, I didn't hate, you know, the characters too much. I mean, Josh Hartnett's character was a bit of a dickbag to his mom at first. But as the relationship goes on, you see a little bit of kind of why he is, because he is so overprotected by his mom, who clearly has PTSD and is a borderline alcoholic. So you kind of see why, you know, on both sides. I see why she has PTSD and is drinking so much, and I see why he kind of has these feelings towards his mom, which makes him kind of a dickbag. But this movie, in closing, I'll just say this is definitely one of the ones that's more peak than valley for me. It's not perfect, and I wouldn't say it's great. But it's a very good installment, and you know, it does have a lot of elements of Scream, but like, you know, you guys have said, and some guys in the chat, all the movies at that time did. So yeah.
What about you, Coriander? What were some of your dislikes with it, or overall thoughts?
Well, I guess I would say the score, you know, because I hadn't seen this movie in a while, and prior viewings, I never really paid attention until watching it with, you know, you, and you just kept bringing up the whole Scream thing. So yeah, obviously, the whole music thing is definitely something that I missed. And that's probably it, man. I mean, I enjoyed this movie better than the last one. And yet the mask, the eyes are too big, but if the eyes weren't that big, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad.
Right. So, yeah, no, that's the thing. It was almost a pretty good mask, although, you know, they I just don't get it, man. But anyways, but no, it wasn't the worst mask by far. But, you know, for me, this is a very well-made movie. I think Steve Miner did a good job. I like the cast. I think Josh Hartnett was an MVP. I really enjoyed his character, even though, like you said, Kill, he was a little bit of a jerk in the beginning, but we figure out why. Jamie Lee always hits a home run, so that was great. The only thing for me that was a little bit of a downer, it just seemed like there wasn't enough, like, killing. You know, it started off with such a bang with how he killed Nurse Marion, and then it kind of went through, you know, here and there. But the one thing about the music, just to piggyback to that, like, to me, it isn't even just the music or the poster that is reminiscent of Scream, but I think the structure of the movie. I mean, it was written by Kevin Williamson, who wrote Scream, so that makes sense. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but whereas Scream was a different type of animal, and I love Scream, especially the original. Whereas with Halloween, it's a different feeling of a movie because it's Michael Myers as a killer, you know, a force of nature, you know what I'm saying? Whereas in Scream, it's, you know, either kids or young adults that are Ghostface. So that's the only thing about this movie that I thought was kind of, you know what I'm saying? But again, everybody was trying to do well with their movie projects at that time. And what movie would you want to copy more than Scream if you're doing horror, you know? But it definitely had a lot of great moments. So I'll give it that. Real quick, in the chat, we have Dylan in the chat saying, hey, everyone, how are we feeling on H20? Man, we have been going back and forth. Good things about it, though. Good things about it. Freddie saying, I don't understand why they couldn't have used the same Loomis dialogue from 78. Well, that's a good, you know, I used to think that too. Here's the reason why. They could not find a clean copy of the dialogue without the other tracks on it, like the music and the voice, you know, the talking and all that. So they figured to just do it clean from scratch with Tom Kane. So I used to think that too. Red Rusty was saying it would have worked, but still H20 is a better title than The Revenge of Laurie Strode. Yeah. Collector Man saying the voiceover in 2018 was much closer to sounding like Donald Pleasance. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think so too. Eric is saying, oh, I can't wait for the fun facts for Resurrection. Will there be any? We'll soon find out. Oh, there will be. There will be. Absolutely. Let's see. Freddie saying, then why did they make it look like Michael, the paramedic, was attacking her in the ambulance? Hey, man. Magic.
Didn't he just sit up, right?
Yeah, he sat up.
Well, okay, so he sat up. That's not attacking.
I'd have been like, I'm not Michael Myers. Let's get out of here, man. It's me. It's Jeffrey, the paramedic. You know? Yeah. Come on, man. You know it's true. Coriander, you're all right, girl. Strange Monkey saying, I'm surprised Mustafa Akkad didn't think of spider legs coming out of Michael's head. He probably did. Dylan saying, I honestly don't know if I like this more than this or 2018 more. Both have pros and cons. Yeah, man, I hear you. And we're definitely going to be going over 2018 in a few weeks. That'll be fun. Let's see. Dylan saying the Kevin Williamson effect for sure. Yes, absolutely. And Toronto Freddy, I said this to you too, Coriander. I don't like how there's absolutely no damage to Michael for being blown up in Halloween 2. Right? You know, he's clean cut in this movie, man. Clean and fresh. Dylan saying, if I had a simplistic, more Carpenter-like score, it would have made it even better. And the mask knocked it down a little. Yeah, I hear you. Yep. Rusty saying it did have a slightly low kill count for a Halloween movie. It really did. It really did. Yeah. But as long as the kills are satisfying, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I agree with that. Dylan was saying the kid from Jumanji is in this. Right. And Eric said that kid should have stayed in Jumanji. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. All we got for H2O. Some very good moments in it. It's a well-made movie and definitely in the mold of the horror movies of the 90s. So next week is Resurrection, and I cannot wait. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to be doing kung fu and fighting Michael Myers. All right. So for you guys, and if you know, then you know. For you guys in the chat, please give the video a like. That helps support the channel. We are also on Spotify, and I know Eric loves listening to our stuff, and we did launch our new season of episodes on Spotify, which is basically the episodes from our new channel. Hopefully you guys will check it out and enjoy it. But also leave a comment down in the comment section below, and we'll have a discussion. We will catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace out, guys.
Peace.